Reduce Obesity Act is a clinically effective solution. It allows qualified practitioners such as registered dietitians, nutritionists to effectively treat obesity through intensive behavioral therapy. Now, I wanted to just share a story of something that I've been able to participate with. When I worked at Mercy Medical Center in Cedar Rapids, I would see patients before they had bariatric surgery, and I would see them for a 6-month period of time prior to their surgery. And I did have the fortunate event of working with a patient that lost enough weight prior to her surgery that she didn't no longer need surgery.
So we're thrilled Senator Harkin can move the OAA authorization along committee, and we know that the Older Americans Act nutrition programs keep our seniors healthy and independent. And of course, Iowa has about just under 50,000 in congregate meals in Iowa. And being that we have such a high population of older adults, we know that older adults with good nutrition status are less likely to acquire infections if they're hospitalized. And we also know that many people depend on that one meal a day and sometimes divide that meal and save some for dinner. I know my coworker Amy, who's also a dietitian, and her dad lives 2 hours away from their grandmother, and when she was starting to be frail but very independent, she really refused help to go into a retirement home or go into a nursing, and it was home delivered meals that made it family feel a little better about her being independent for another year or two until she did finally need to go into more structured retirement home setting.
Health Savings Act. And so chronic disease we know is very prevalent. 1 out of every 3 Americans has a chronic disease. Just in Iowa alone, this is costing $7.6 billion per year. And what's great about this act is that it's not going to cost anything. It's not going to require an expenditure, but it'll really let more bills and acts go through because it relates to the CBO scoring. So right now there's not a good way to really score preventative programs since the CBO is only looking at that 5 to 10 year really increment of time in their equations. But what this act is really looking at is extending that time period, so you're looking 20, 30 years out, because really public health interventions, things dealing with lifestyle change and chronic disease take a long time to measure. So this would let there be a better kind of gauge to look at those types of programs, look at interventions and things that would then really improve potentially population health in regards to diabetes, obesity, chronic kidney disease, any of those chronic diseases that are becoming more and more prevalent now in our area. And definitely Iowa is not exempt from those experiences. We do have a few prevention programs currently, a few for diabetes throughout the state in Marshalltown and others, but it'd be great to have more, as our rate is even 6.8% of the population has diabetes now, and that's expected to just continue to increase, as I'm sure you all have heard. So it'd be great for a bill like this to get more votes. Right now, the ACA and everything that's so focused on prevention, this is great to say, yes, it's another way that we're definitely engaged and excited about prevention.